of cutting the dairy losses that farmers are experiencing in Western Kenya over the last 5 years. Isipe is now embarking on the process of spreading the Napier variety through farmer groups with aim of introducing the new strains across the Kenyan highlands to Uganda and Ethiopia, where Napier stunting disease has also ravaged farmers.
This is resistant to the disease, but not to the insect. The insect can still stay and survive and multiply on it, but it is not able to pick up and transmit the disease to these plants. So these are highly resistant to the disease.
And my intention is that I will have to replace all the varieties which are being affected by the disease, so that I plant the new varieties which have been proved to be tolerant or disease resistant.
We felt like that would be a nice way to help farmers, touch the lives of farmers. And we've supported them for, I think it was 2 years.
Maseno University lecturers and administrative staff who are on strike have restated their commitment to the National University strike. The strike has paralyzed learning in all public universities as employees push for the release of a 3.9 billion cash tranche that the government released to the universities as part of a collective bargaining agreement last year.
No amount of barricade, no amount of intimidation will stop us from achieving what we want to achieve. This strike is worldwide. This strike is nationwide. And I want to tell you, we have been supported by all quarters of the society because our cause is a just cause. It has been proven right. So we will remain on strike until such a time that the management will heed to our demands.
Right. Earlier today, President Uhuru Kenyatta has directed the Attorney General, the Department of Justice, and the National Treasury and Ethics, an anti-corruption commission to develop a national policy to fight graft. This coming after a week of different reports concerning graft and also related to government. And the EACC has launched a strategic plan. Sam Ogina has been covering that and brings us the latest. Sam, what exactly is this plan all about?
Well, thank you. The war on graft has actually been renewed, adding impetus on what has been happening, and the president being categorical that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, Treasury, Department of Justice, and the Office of the Attorney General develop an anti-corruption policy, because the country lacks an anti-corruption policy, a policy to fight graft. And he says that this policy must be in place by the end of this year. Earlier on, the AG had alluded that, actually admitting that the country doesn't have an anti-corruption policy and that his office was willing and be able to have the anti-corruption policy and other legal frameworks to fight corruption by the end of 2015. But the president has reduced the time frame from the end of 2015 to the end of this year. Equally, Mumo Matemu, the chair of the Anti-Corruption Commission, saying that the war on graft is capable of being won and can be won. Well, it's nothing new from what we've heard from other anti-corruption scissors, but he says that with Kenyans incorporated in the war to fight corruption, then this thing can be won once and for all. The president saying that the president actually saying that corruption must go. Yeah, if I got his words verbatim, saying that corruption must go. Matemu actually says that this is the fourth liberation that Kenya is embarking to fight, the fourth liberation to liberate the country from the yokes of corruption, from yokes of graft, saying that Kenya has fought many wars and it has won those wars, citing the 1963 when Kenya became independent. Also the fight for political pluralism, that is multi-party democracy, and the promulgation of the new constitution, saying that these are three wars that Kenya has fought and it has won, so it is capable of equally winning another war, that is the war on corruption.
Great. Sam,
Deputy President
Sam Ogina, talking about the war on corruption,
Carry
the
on.
rhetoric has been about fighting corruption at the grassroots level. Do we know how this strategy will aims at doing this?
Well, the ethics and anti-corruption actually is alluded in its strategic plan, says that they need empowerment. The office requires empowerment, capacity building, and also just trying to come up with ways, that is technologically savvy ways of fighting corruptions in the grassroots levels, trying to devolve, because they say that corruption has equally been devolved to the counties, and say that they need capacity to be enhanced, they need their offices to be beefed up,